They're the bottoms. Crickets are the bottoms. Ants are the predators.
Oh, tell me about it. We had ant touchers last week, Greg. I don't know if you listened. It was very cool.
Yeah, dude. I told Dag I'm on this ant keeping subreddit, man. It's hard to get off of here.
Are you for real?
I'm browsing right now.
You're gonna build a vivarium?
Oh yeah, my wife would honestly leave me, I think.
All right, let's sync it up so we can do this thing. And what is this go to? Stream deck, plug back in. And 1, 2, ready, go! Hello and welcome to Grass Touchers, the show where all three of us pals talk about video games, how little time we have for them, and a little bit of real life, a little bit of grass touching, especially here lately. I am Jake.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Greg.
So good to be reunited with the crew, with the homies. Mm-hmm. All three of us, the Holy Trinity, as it were, really. Let's hear from Jared first. What we got? What's been going on, dude?
I'm playing DOTA. A lot of DOTA. I love DOTA. I love that game, and there's nothing anybody can do to make me not love that game. And I respect Valve more and more. I'm sorry, but I do. I admire their approach to development, and they just seem to do everything right, in my opinion. I know that there's, again, as always, there's probably some community of people who are really angry with them about something that nobody else seems to have a problem with. I find that that's usually the case. You read, like, a game that you're into, and they'll drop a new patch, and people will be like, this is ridiculous. The guys who, like, are truly autistic and they know too much about how the game works are like, Are you serious? The cooldown for his ult was reduced from 20 seconds to 18? That's ridiculous. The game's completely out of bounds now. It's unplayable. I don't think, guys.
Literally unplayable.
Listen, respect. I love this community, but I just can't support these developers anymore if they're going to continue to move the game in this direction, that kind of stuff. But, love Dota. Sweet. More Mario Golf Toadstool Tour for the Nintendo GameCube / Steam Deck. Last night I beat Mario's behind up and down the course. And now I'm playing Donkey Kong, who's really difficult, dude. He's extremely difficult.
So last time we talked about this, it was Wario. Is Mario after Wario? Is it linear?
I beat Wario at some point. I was playing as Wario when I beat Mario, so I think so. Because when you beat them, you unlock like their juiced up version. They start taking steroids and they can hit the ball much further.
I love that.
Yeah, and so I'm now playing as Mario because Mario's Mario. He's like the like a really far. He hits the ball further than Wario, and he hits it straight on. Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to do their boy Mario wrong in a game called Mario Golf. You know what I mean?
No, but I thought there was going to be like a trade-off. Like maybe he has more nuance, but he doesn't hit the ball quite as hard. As the fat-nosed, fat-bottomed, ugly version of him, it's like, why is Wario even in the game at this point? If Mario's just, that much better. But, I mean, talk about predators, though.
Whoa.
Mario, dude. Mario's the guy you got to look out for. Do not leave him alone with your girl. You know what I'm saying, fellas? Man, when Mario's around, you better leave. He's a big player for real. Other than that, dude, ants. I love
ants. Obsessed. Jared's obsessed.
We're ants obsessed. I'm on the ant keeping.
What's the square footage of your vivarium that you're planning? Don't lie. How much plywood did you go to Lowe's and buy?
Because I'm converting the whole thing into a vibe.
Imagine just like go buy some dirt, just like it's in your house. And there's just
Honey,
ants
look,
everywhere.
the queen is going inside of her nest, and the door just closes. Forever. But yeah, dude, I heard the news today that Xbox. You don't have this list written on the thing, do you?
No.
The Game Pass thing?
Yeah, the Game Pass thing.
Yeah, it's in the third bullet point.
Shoot, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, it
sorry.
is.
Well, Xbox is the console that I have. Isn't that great news, guys? Aren't you guys surprised to hear that?
Isn't it so great?
It's so amazing. It's so amazing being an Xbox owner. I have an Xbox, and I got it before they put the price up to $800 or whatever it is now, which is kind of cool.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, I had a thought today. I got an interesting thought for you guys. Yeah. You know how...
So ready.
Dude, you know how people are... There's the generations that preceded us. They look at us playing video games sometimes, and they're just like, I just can't believe how you could waste that much time. You know what I mean? They're just blown away. They're like...
Just full judgment.
The amount of time wasting going on here, it's scaring me. And it's like, okay, where were these people when whatever boneheaded dumb started making a ship in a bottle? Okay? I was at an old person thrift shop today. I see they have like this big ship thing. It wasn't a ship in a bottle, but
yes.
Dude, the first guy to do that was the biggest heathen retard mongoloid gamer of all time.
Dude, extra strength Tylenol in this guy.
Dude,
I mean,
yeah,
come on.
exactly.
You gotta be for real.
Dude, he's it's hard enough to build like model. I don't know if you guys have ever built models before. It's pretty challenging.
Just the Gundam stuff really, and like model rockets.
Right. I imagine the model kits back in 1867 were not that good either.
Right.
What's their name? The company that makes the models now, the Chinese ones, they weren't there back then, so they probably weren't that good. They're probably pretty tough to build. Some idiot goes, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna get a pair of really long tweezers, and I'm gonna do this inside of an empty bottle." Where's the hate for that guy? Because
I know
I'm a gamer. I play a lot of Dota, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's a trade-off. My wits are sharp. My reactions are fast. Okay?
Yes.
I heard it said when I was younger that gamers have the reaction times of fighter pilots. And that's probably not true, but it's a pretty cool thing that they said that made us feel cool.
It feels pretty good to say. Yeah.
I guarantee you, the only thing that guys who make ships in bottles they can boast is that their penises are really small. I'm just saying. I don't know if that's true. Maybe that's out of line. That's out of line.
I was clicking through something like exceedingly fast at work the other day because I was over caffeinated and on a mission to crush the day. I took a sick day on Monday, and when I came into the office Tuesday, I was like, "All right, you better get limbered up, workload, because I'm about to." You know what I'm saying? Like, I was ready. I was like, come on. And I was clicking through something really fast, and they're like, wow, why you go so fast? And I was like, hand-eye coordination for this guy?
Yeah.
No problem.
You're
I'm a gamer. I'm like clicking through this coding interface. I'm like, blah, 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 I'm in the Matrix. Blah, right. I'm in, you know. Right. I probably need to touch grass more.
No, it's true, though. It does come with its own benefits. But yeah, so that's pretty much all that's been going on in my head. Wario's big butt, ants.
Solid.
Man, this guy's on here feeding his ants a chicken bone. Man, that's good stuff right there.
Is it time lapse? You got a little time lapse of that?
It's not even a time lapse. It's real time. These ants just going absolutely bananas.
They do it for the love of the game, these guys. Time lapse? No, we're sitting here for 14 hours watching ants slowly devour a chicken bone.
Yeah, dude. So that's pretty awesome. Dag, what's going on, man?
Not much. Not a lot of gaming recently, but looking forward to that changing. I've got 3 Saturdays in a row off in October, so very rare in my line of work to have any Saturdays in October off. So looking forward to getting back into a few games. I really want to jump back into Baldur's Gate 3. Like, it's just been too long. That's such a good game. I kind of got soft locked in that game, and so I'm thinking about just starting over from the beginning, or not from the beginning, like skipping the tutorial and all that, but kind of starting when you.
There's no shot. There's no shot I'm picking up where I left off when I one day, whether it's a broken legs kind of thing or some other circumstance. When I return to Baldur's Gate, I'm going to start fresh. Like I just might as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, interested in that. And Battlefield 6 comes out in a few days, which is awesome.
Oh my gosh, it does. Yes, that's right.
It'll come out actually a week from today. So you know what we got to do next week when we record.
Play Battlefield 6.
So there's that, which is cool. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater came out. I don't know that I want to spend the money on it. $70 for a remake. It's just kind of a tough pill to swallow.
Speaking of old Kojima, were you tracking Death Stranding 2 at all? Did you play Death Stranding?
I really want to play Death Stranding and Death Stranding 2.
I heard it's pretty good. I didn't play the first one, but I heard it was good.
They say the second one's even better. But honestly, the thing I'm most excited about in terms of like multimedia gaming is my wife and I, we've been for like a month or two, we've been saving. We're going to get a new TV for Christmas. That's kind of the thing we've been saving up for. And we're also going to get a Switch 2. I saw they announced that Metroid Prime 4 is coming out before Christmas. It's coming out on December 4th. Is it before Christmas? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, December 4th. And did you see the new trailer for Metroid Prime 4?
I saw the one that they did a whole Nintendo Direct just about it, didn't they?
Yeah, back on September 12th. And
I saw that.
Samus has got like a motorcycle, and it's basically open world. They basically kind of like just dropped the fact that it's an open world game, and it's not like what we thought it was going to be at all.
So I'm surprised we didn't talk about this at the time. Maybe we had an off week that week. I thought that game looked like it was 10 years old, and I was very demoralized by it. And I'm hoping that was like pre-alpha. Mm-hmm. Like we want to drop this nugget of information, but like the game's not done. Don't freak out. You know what I mean? So it's Metroid Prime. I'm gonna play it. I don't have a Switch 2 yet, but
I agree. I had the same exact thought. The game appears to me to either be. It appears that we've only been shown like alpha footage or like pre-build footage purposefully so they don't spoil anything, or
maybe
what everyone said, what people who hate Nintendo say about the Switch 2 online about it, the graphics being and whatever is actually true, and Metroid Prime 4 is going to be dog. But I hope it's not that.
Well, I mean, it is objectively true that once again Nintendo has under-delivered on performance, but that has never been their thing. Their first-party software has been their thing, and that's what's going to sell the console and get people hyped this Christmas. If they didn't already buy a Switch 2, they're probably going to buy one, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not, like, concerned. I don't, like, give a It's just, that's part of the gig. When you get a Switch is, like, that you're getting that version of video gaming. But, nothing wrong with it. It seems to be doing okay, I think, right? There's just not a ton of killer apps yet.
No. Donkey Kong Bonanza looks fun, but you guys will have to advise me whenever I'm TV shopping. I'm wanting to get it. I want to get an OLED TV. I mean, that's gotta be the thing, and I want something.
Me and Jared, we're pixel perverts, baby. Mm-hmm.
Well,
tell you all about it.
You know what honestly annoys me probably, other than the fact that our TV I think is a little small. Like I want to get something bigger. We have a 56 inch, and I want to get like a 77 inch TV or 76 or whatever, probably.
Nice.
But what annoys me the most, this is weird, is the menus on our TV are so clunky and slow. I feel like I waste so much time in the menus.
Yes, dude.
Let me pipe in real quick. I got to tell you, I bought an LG. I did a ton of research. LG has like they have like the excellent panels.
Well, don't they make the panels for all the other companies?
They make the panels that Sony uses. They have like the best panels, and the UI and the operating system and the remote is like a thing where it's like a Wiimote, and it's fast.
Yeah, it's a pointer.
And it's clean, dude. Fantastic interface.
Do we have the same TV? Did you get an LG OLED?
I have an LG C3. 65 inch.
I think I might have.
Fantastic experience. And the only reason I interrupted you because I just didn't want to forget, because I really wanted to tell you that, because I think about that all the time. I have a old 4K Samsung downstairs, that is, dude, it is like being drugged and being and having to like move around in neck deep water. It's just like it's so slow, and
if you go
waste
from
so
one
much
to the
time.
other. I go to someone's house and it's like, oh, your TV.
Oh man, you have to sit there awkwardly when they turn it on. They're like, needs a couple minutes to warm up, and you just like chit chat. And you're like, what the heck is going on? And then
1964 calls
Yeah.
it wants its tube TV back.
and you hit the button 11 times because you're trying to go over 4 spaces, and it goes, and it goes all the way to the end, and you have to go, no, I have to go back. It's horrible, dude. It's something that people don't talk about with TVs, but it's such a huge deal. So that's all. I just want to say that.
No, I
Ours
just
is
looked
the
it up.
same.
As,
Can confirm.
you have a C3 also, Jake?
Yeah. Oh.
I can't remember the model number. I'll text it to you later or something. If I go downstairs, I'll look at it. But it's an LG OLED 65-inch, absolutely incredible. And the sound bar, it has a typical VESA mount on the back, and I got a nice wall mount for it when I bought it at Costco. And my sound bar 5.1 system, it mounted to the bottom 2 bolts of the VESA mount is like a little rack thing that's adjustable where the center firing soundbar bit goes. So that plugs right in.
I just saw something. I just looked up Jake's. It's actually public information. It actually says that Jake has the LG 69-inch GAY. What the heck? This is a real TV. This is why he didn't want to say it, dude. I'll send it later in text. Yeah, sure.
What do I pay LifeLock for if my information still no? I love that sucker, and I feel like it's that's kind of a call. That's an old reference.
Yeah, dude, that's really funny. LifeLock.
That stupid bozo put his social security number on all those vans and drove him all over the country and totally got his identity stolen.
Dang, dude.
Anyway, yeah, it's a LG something OLED 65, freaking great, and it's got the audio. What I was going to say about the soundbar is that it had optical audio out, HDMI ARC audio out. It's got all the audio stuff I wanted, and it is very cool.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to that. What about you, Jake?
Boys, I tell you what, I have touched grass. I have registered with my buddy Richard for my first disc golf tournament. Whoa. It is happening. We're making our debut as a team. It's a team tournament. It's a charity tournament partnering with a brewery. So cross that off the list. That's freaking sweet. Your entry fee into the tournament comes with beer and lunch. And you get we don't know our time yet, but you show up at 9, you tee off, and all these different teams play, and all these proceeds go to a charity. The charity is for children's medical life flights. So families that can't afford a certain treatment that it requires them to be flown to the Mayo Clinic or something, they arrange for that. It's a cool charity. So we're playing that on November 1st, and so accordingly, I have been in the backyard working on my putting, and our next door neighbor moved out to where I can kind of go into their back, because they don't have a fence and we don't have a fence. I go to the back end of their backyard, and I sort of have a little par 3 hole I can play just in our backyard, just combined. So I've been playing a lot of disc golf. And my sweet baby boy, Benson, has taken to disc golf just kind of out of nowhere. Just the other day, we watch disc golf on YouTube sometimes. We'll watch a tournament coverage. Just the other day, he said, "Dad, I have to tell you something." And I was like, "Uh-oh, did he poop his pants? What's going on?"
It's a little early to be coming out as gay.
He said, "You know how sometimes we watch disc golf and I say that I hate it?" And I was like, "Yeah, buddy, you're a real trooper for letting me pick what to watch once in a while." No. And I said, "Sorry, I don't want to watch K-pop Demon Hunters with you." But he said the thing about it is that I actually really like disc golf. I just pretend not to like it because there's other stuff I also like. I really do like watching disc golf with you, and I want to play disc golf with you more. And I was like, "Oh, my heart," And so I said, "Buddy, the next day that it's not raining," because it was raining that day, "let's do it." And so he went out with me for almost an hour in the backyard and just kind of disking around. Literally touching grass, seriously enjoying that. I cut my grass for what I hope is the last time this season, but we're about to get more rain, so whatever. Dad problems. And then Yeah, games, man. It's been Helldivers, but it's also been the early access version of Skate. Did you guys play Skate, Skate 2, or Skate 3? It was the kind of more grounded, more realistic physics version and competitor, I suppose, of like the Tony Hawk games. You know what I'm talking about with the flick stick controls?
I watched my brother play it.
Ah, right. We talked about this last time, I want to
Yes.
say. Something about how this would be a game that I could see your brother really enjoying.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Well, I tell you what, the early access version is out. And
Is it a remake or is it a totally new game?
It's a totally new game. Totally new game. And the premise is decidedly like not punk rock, and it's really corporate, oddly, which the whole franchise was kind of known for like being a gritty, like down to earth and you know, I don't know, just a more realistic depiction of what a skater game could be. There was sort of a story where you're sort of like progressing through a career of some kind, but it was just like one big open city, skate parks everywhere you look, you know, drainage ditches that you can like drop into and crazy stunts. And they even had like a realistic damage model at one time where when you would beef it, they would be like, oh, you broke your femur or your rib cage or whatever. It was like kind of metal. It was kind of cool. The last one of them that I played was Skate 3, but I played all of them on Xbox at different times. I think I bought them used and rented them when they first came out. Well, this one, it's just called Skate. They've kind of started from square one, they think. And the premise is in the near future, there's this like utopian, walkable, perfect city where everyone can just skate and never get hurt. And they've worked it into the game, like some weird explanation by like a biotechnology company. Like, I bet you've been wondering why you don't get hurt when you fall down off of your skateboard. You can thank Versatech or whatever the name of the company is, because they've got you covered. Versatech, never break another bone in your life. And it's like, okay, I guess you could have just shut up and it could just be a video game. Like, you don't have to. And there's this little AI assistant that is chirping at you all the time. And the tutorial, at least in the early access, I don't know if they're going to change this. I fucking hope they will. The early access tutorial is like, did you remember how to ollie? Here's what you do to ollie. Do you remember how to push off on the skateboard? Let's practice that a few times, pal. And it's like, this is supposed to be cool, man. Like, this is skateboarding. Right. What happened? We used to be a real country. What
happened in this country?
This is, you know, it's like I want to listen to Bam Margera talk about how he's slipping bratwurst into Phil's ass at 3 a.m. and jumping off of water towers and like, come on, this used to be cool. And I just, I was really
like Shane Gillis talking about Bill Belichick dating the hot 20 or 21-year-old. He's like, you know, that 10 years ago, that was cool. What happened to this country? Like, this dude's a hero. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know what they thought they were doing, but it is extremely electronic arts. And it's very, like, the color palette is bright and vibrant and everything. There's like these sort of pops of color everywhere. The game looks fine, and it runs great on my PC for what that's worth. I have a 3070 and a Ryzen 7 3700X. But it's just not doing it for me, like, thematically. The gameplay is all there. The controls are basically the same. There's a couple things that they haven't rolled out yet, like the ability to invert your skateboard and do a dark slide, which is sort of an advanced, like, hard, fun, cool thing to do. But you can do, you know, all the flip tricks, all the grabs. You can do actual flips and, like, backflip 180 type stuff. You can lay down on your skateboard and you can grab the skateboard while you're rolling, and you can, like, pump, you know, on the quarter pipes and stuff. And I love that gameplay loop of like getting lost in a city, finding a dope spot, putting a marker down, and just skating it until you're out of ideas. And every time you beef it, you just hit a button and it takes you back to your marker. And then you get bored and you go find another spot. And the environment really is sick. You can like climb up. They have a weird like Assassin's Creed kind of parkour system where you can just like climb all over stuff. So you can go to the top of a building and jump off and kill yourself if you want, but you don't have to kill yourself because thanks, Versatech. You know?
We're jumping off the World Trade Center and killing ourselves.
I'm Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah,
and
the
this
tutorial.
Is the jump off of the Sears Tower.
The first thing. Use the left stick to move around. All right, now go to the top of the tallest building and jump off, idiot.
I would play that. I'd buy that game yesterday. That sounds great, you know. But
Bam!
Instead,
Telling your dad to kill himself.
Instead, it's this little. It's not even like an animated like Cortana like figure. It's just a little thing that pops up on the HUD, and her name's V, and she won't shut up, and she talks at you with all this like wannabe poser vernacular, and it's just so not Skater World. Like it's so whack, and so anyway, I hope that they hear from the community on that one. There's a lot of people saying a lot of the same stuff. That hey, the gameplay loop is there. Skate is a fun game. The controls. They feel pretty good, just like they did before. But oh my gosh, I almost forgot the last thing. I'll wrap up with this bit. It's an always online game.
Oh,
so
yeah,
the servers have to be running, and there's been some lag and some connectivity problems. You know, they're stress testing in early access all the server stuff, and you can't just like turn on your Xbox when the Wi-Fi's out and like skate that 20 set of stairs until your eyes bleed. You know what I mean? That's what I want, is to put on the tunes and zone into this like skate game. But it's like connecting to servers before you can skateboard, configuring, and it's so anticlimactic when you have like a sick line and then your character's like stuttering in midair, and it's like, man, I was doing a 360 hard flip, 1 foot judo 360 backflip. Like man, you totally crashed my vibe, you know? It sucks. So anyway, it's been fun, but it's kind of a bummer.
That sounds so punk rock, dude. Tutorials and monetization, so cool.
Oh yeah, and there's a skate shop that has, you guessed it, loot boxes where you gain coins and you go redeem they're called RAD coins, man.
No way. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
Oh,
you have like a score that I guess is like a rank, and it's constantly going up, and when it goes up high enough, you unlock a new part of the city. And that's fine. I want progression, I suppose. I don't want just the whole city to open up immediately. But yeah, at the skate shops, it's like, hey man, you unlock the sand. It's called San Vansterdam, the city. Yeah, you unlock the San Vansterdam box. Yeah, you want to spend some coins, you see what you get. And I kid you not, guys, the first item I got, they even have the Borderlands like green, blue, orange, purple like rarity scale, and I got a uncommon white T-shirt.
No way, dude! Oh, this game sounds
like
amazing, dude.
I'm gonna leave the same outfit on the whole time. This isn't a game I play to like role play, right? I just want to go skate. That's a part of the game that I
Hey,
wanna do.
bro,
It's
it's me, Tony Hawk. Your next mission: go downtown and protest the latest political injustice. Find the boombox. Turn on Rage Against the Machine.
You guys
Those
see
are the missions.
you see that rail down by the pier, dude? I bet you could skate that sucker from the river to the sea, dude.
Get permission from your parents,
all
though,
right.
first. Make sure that the government's cool with it, though, because that's what's most important.
Yes.
You know,
It's,
people love to rag on
it's pretty
people love
lame.
to rag on Nintendo, but Nintendo doesn't do this crap. Nintendo doesn't do the loot box thing.
I was going to say something else. I was going to say
Not mainline game, not first party games.
people
they
do
don't.
it for Nintendo, but I was talking about something else. I'm sorry. You're right.
Oh,
They do
okay.
not do the loot box things. I was going to
Yeah.
talk about politicized things. The people online who are like talking about how Mario is a trans icon in the mustaches. You know, he got it after taking whatever hormones or something. There are people out there definitely doing that. Dude, the Legend of Zelda
Have
stuff.
you not
like,
seen the I was just gonna say
I've seen the
like
Zelda stuff. Yeah,
Link the Twink like fanfic queer readings of Link's
Right.
like lore or background or something. It's like, okay, dude, Gonna need you to.
Oh yeah, no, that's always
cook.
gonna exist. I just mean mostly like the like. I was thinking about you talk about these loot boxes and this stupid progression system, which I think sounds really dumb. I'm watching footage of I've been watching footage of the game as soon as you start talking about it.
Okay.
But like, I'm thinking about like Super Mario Odyssey. That game was awesome, and you could get like outfits and stuff, but it didn't feel necessary, and it didn't. You never had to spend money. It was in-game currency you could get, and but it never. But all the outfits were like super cool, actually, like really unique.
Right.
That's the closest thing like Nintendo does to that. But Nintendo does other things.
I
like
think
make their games
they're
expensive.
guilty of some. I was just gonna say I think they're guilty of many another consumer sin, but yeah, that's not something that they've fallen prey to because they don't have to. They have such a successful product; they're good to go when it comes to like customer loyalty and making sales. Hey, speaking of Nintendo. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, to be a fly on the wall in one of those, can you imagine they have like a Q&A and they get one of the Japanese developers in there and he's just sitting at a table and some purple hair person comes up and is all, when you develop Link to have a queer personality and the translator's like, who's a gay? And the Japanese developer just pulls a gun out and shoots himself in the head.
He's so dishonored by this statement of that at all.
Yeah, he
that
pulls
just
out a
killed himself
samurai
on the
sword and
spot.
just runs it through his gut.
Harakiri immediately.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm livid, but I'm also like it's rolling off my back. I'm like, look, the gameplay's fun, whatever. It's just it's really stupid. So speaking of Nintendo, heads up everybody, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 remastered, and they're selling 2 games for the price of 2, according to this article I linked in the chat. Polygon did a nice little write-up. They're good and all. The reviews are in, the game is still a great game. It looks even better than ever. The pricing, not super consumer friendly. They cost $40 a piece for digital downloads or $70 to buy both of them sort of together in a physical edition. But remember, the physical edition isn't a physical edition. It's a game key. So
cool.
Do with that information what you will. But for old games, $70. I know it's 2 games. But
dude,
if I remember correctly, those games are
okay.
pretty freaking similar. It's more of the same. And so to remaster a game from then for this is like kind of whack. They also pointed out like if you're playing on a Switch Lite or something that doesn't have detachable controllers, you're going to have a bad time. And it's like, yeah, it was meant for the Wii. Like there's no way it's not meant to be played on just like, that's like saying, I downloaded a copy of the arcade game Silent Scope. And I played it using an Atari 2600 controller, and it was literally unplayable. Not the same at all. It's like, yeah, dude, you're supposed to buy a giant plastic gun to go with it. Like,
it
doesn't work like that.
Nice.
That's
pull,
a good pull right there. I love a good Silent Scope.
Beachhead.
Would you pay these prices? Would you play this game remastered?
I know. Deg is going to have an actual opinion on this. I'm going to have a stupid, cynical one. It's really funny to me. The headline for this review is very funny. The pricing is ungenerous and handheld play is compromised, but 3D platforming simply doesn't get better than this. It's like, why are we making excuses for Nintendo? This is so bush league. $40
do that.
each.
These corporations don't care if you live or die, dude.
$40 each, $70 altogether for they're 10 years old, right? 15 years old?
18 and 15.
18 and 15 years old. One of them is old enough to have sex. It's so impotent in some ways of Nintendo. It's just like you can emulate these. I'm sorry to say this, but you can emulate both of these games for absolutely the great cost of nothing at all. And the fact that it mentions in the review that this game doesn't run at 6 million FPS and look awesome playing it with 0.5% of battery life in handheld mode makes me
Right.
angry. It's
Right.
like
it is a I threw this up there because I wanted to have something to go off of so that we could quickly get to the facts of like how much it costs and how old these games are, et cetera, et cetera. But Polygon, not an impressive source of journalism, my friends. If you didn't already know,
Yeah.
it's a good place to like get the headline. But generally speaking, the reviewers are pretty dumb.
Yeah, that's very true. Plus, this guy's name is Ollie. That's a skate move. Are you kidding me?
They like
Ollie.
skate.
Dude, I'd rather read Bam Margera's review of this game. You know what I mean?
I feel like I'd rather read Bam Margera's review of anything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. TM. We need to trademark some sort of Bam Margera video game journalistic outlet. It would be incredible. Hey, ChatGPT, this is what we could do. I'm sure it would go fine and have no copyright issues at all. Hey, ChatGPT, write me a review of Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 Remastered for the Switch 2 in the style of Bam Margera.
Dude, listen to this.
see what comes out.
Listen to this cuck. Playing both new editions now, Nintendo's pricing strikes me as ungenerous, but fair. The remastering work is subtle, yes, but note perfect, preserving two games that have minimal need for embellishment. Exactly. They didn't need to do anything.
It's so ridiculous. You're admitting they didn't need to do this at all.
Right.
You're saying the pricing is bad but fair? Like, pick a lane. Does the fence hurt when you're riding it like that, dog? Like, you need to pick. Like, come on, what are you
Oh
doing?
my gosh, this is so embarrassing to read.
And it's hilarious because Polygon has this reputation of being, like, kind of woke and anti-corporate and, like, consumer forward. And they're being super not that in this review. And it's like, how did they let this guy print it? This is crazy. But, you know, whatever. Faced with the risk of bastardizing two masterpieces, Nintendo made the right sacrifice. And it's like, okay, even when they come out with a new game, it's the same four characters they're always recycling. Can we not be critical of them at all? Like, this is a remaster. Like, come on.
It's just so annoying to me anyways that somebody's reviewing games. It's just like, it's just rewarding this kind of behavior where people were just reusing things and not doing anything innovative or new. And it's like there is a place and clearly a market for remakes and remasters and all that. I think it's actually nice. Like the Deg mentioned the Metal Gear one that came out. I haven't watched a lot of footage, but I can tell you it looks a lot cleaner and like a lot better than the original.
Right.
It looks like a whole new game. So they charge a full price for it, and I haven't bought it, and I'm not going to buy it unless it's very on sale or something. But this is just awful because people, if anybody buys this and talks about this like this is a new thing, just get out of here, man. I'm so sick of this. So boring.
It's pretty silly. Well, in much better and also incredibly consumer-friendly news. Didn't mean for this to be such a bitter, crotchety old man.
I hate Nintendo. They're gay. Who cares?
Microsoft is so much better.
Yeah.
This just in. Big changes come to Xbox Game Pass with a price hike.
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you were paying for Xbox Game Pass, get ready to scratch the cobwebs out of your wallet because it's now the top tier of it anyway is going to be $30 a month, an increase of $10. There is theoretically more content, but if you're a Game Pass homie, you're probably not the kind of person who's playing 10 games a week and like reviewing them and like, you know, you got to get the latest, you know, there's a limit. And so what Ultimate gets you now, number one, it does preserve the ability to be played on PC and console and also cloud, but I don't know who's doing cloud gaming. I don't literally ever hear anyone talk about that. You get a bunch of day one published by Microsoft games in your Game Pass because if Microsoft publishes it, what they're saying is it's gonna be on Game Pass. And then there's like Ubisoft Classics and EA Play and Fortnite Crew, which is the subscription for Fortnite. That's all included as of November, the ultimate tier. There's in-game benefits, including for Riot Games. and of course you retain the ability to play online. And it says you can play and earn up to $100 a year in the store with rewards. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if it's like based on achievements or what. Obviously, what it actually is they're collecting the data on your home network is what they're doing, and lots of other data. But you can earn rewards for what that's worth. If you think it can pay for itself, you're wrong, because that'll pay for 3 months of this new tier of Ultimate. But anyway, I don't have any of these. Jared, you have Game Pass at the moment? I know you kind of come in and out of it, right?
I do have Game Pass. I to this point, I use certain methods to not pay the full amount. I wonder if those methods will be available to me, obviously at a raised cost. These third-party sort of, I'll use the word dodgy websites that sell them. They have their own costs associated. I'm not happy about this. I'm not livid, because generally I just don't care, because my favorite games are free on Steam. I play...
Right.
I have 2,371 hours of Dota to date, and I have paid $0 for all of that. And again, I'm not trying to make this Steam is the greatest parade, Pride, Steam Pride Festival.
Steam Pride Parade.
Yeah, I'm not trying to turn this into a Steam Pride Parade. Okay, folks? Because it goes down at there. You see two husky gentlemen dressed up like Gabe Newell making out on a float. Can't have it. Okay? But I will say, if you recount the sins and offenses of all of the major gaming orgs, I think you would find that Steam's record is more or less clean, as opposed to all of them. I mean, Blizzard's...
Oh, especially by comparison, yeah.
Blizzard used to be a company to me where I was like, wow, these guys really have it together. Their games are always extremely well optimized. They're fun. They're innovative. They just didn't seem to miss. And then, in the past couple of years, there's been a bunch of, tumult and nonsense. And now they've gotten acquired by Microsoft, so they're part of that beast. And more, I'm just like, I'm not going to give Microsoft money unless it's like something that I absolutely cannot refuse. If they come out with a Gears of War, what is it, 6? Probably, I think that's what they're on.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Then I'll pay the $30 and get it day one or something like that. Or I told my brother this morning,
and play it in 1 month.
All right. As I told my brother this morning, though, we're just back to like when we were younger. It's like you buy a game and then you pay for the online. That's if I have to do that, I'll just do that. I'll get the core service or whatever it's called. Xbox
the bottom tier.
Slave tier or whatever it is. and then just buy the video games, because I don't even play that many games. I had to buy Helldivers. That's the only game on console I've played for the past 2-3 months.
Right.
I don't know, man.
It's called Essential, for the record, because if you're buying that tier, you're only, some sort of peon that can only afford the essentials,
Is that what it's called?
Open your can of bean. It's called Essential, yeah. It's Xbox Game Pass Essential.
More like
the middle tier is Premium.
ASS
and the top tier is
Essential.
Ultimate. More like Essential, dude.
That's exactly right, dude. That's
so
exactly
it's pretty lame.
right.
It's pretty lame. There's some good games out there, I'm not gonna lie, but you've probably played them if you were gonna.
Right.
So I don't know, if I was, let's say if Deg had an Xbox and he knew he had 3 Saturdays coming up where he didn't have anything going on, and he looks at the calendar and he looks at his wife and he looks at the calendar again and he hits add to cart. You know what I mean? Like, you sort of do that boy math, and then you go, I think, maybe for a spell I'll give this a whirl. I guess that's pretty rad, because for $30 you could have your freaking pick of the litter of like all these games. But we've talked about this before.
I didn't realize you could get Game Pass on PC.
Yeah,
you sure can.
Dude,
yeah,
there's
if
a lot
you
of
get
games.
only, there is. is. It's true. The way they're doing it is any of these tiers are playable on PC and console and cloud altogether. And so if you were to do the math, decide to commit a little bit of time, like, I guess it's cool. But as we've said many, many times on this podcast, our method of playing games generally is like, I have my sit on the toilet game, I have my sit on the couch game, and I have a play with the homies on the PC game, unless we're in like Helldivers crossplay territory, whatever. There's really just kind of a handful of things that I'm playing in a rotation at any given time, and that's if I'm banging on all cylinders. That's in a good season. So,
dude, I just figured out.
I've gotten Game Pass for very short amounts of time, and I cancel it.
Yeah,
no big deal.
Yeah, it's a thing that you get because it's like there's a reason. There's like a direct reason to get it. It's
Starfield was the one that I did that with.
Yeah, and that was a good purchase because you found out that game sucks ball. I just found out though that this guy over here, dude, he's Scrooge McDag, dude. He's Scrooge McDag. Dag. He's got a vault.
Dag is Scrooge McDag.
He's got a vault full of games, and he likes to add things
swim
to
around in them.
Yeah. He jumps in there and swims around, and he's like looking at the PC Game Pass options. He's like, huh, there's a lot of games on here. Yeah, and he's like, woo, games, baby.
That's so accurate. I wish I could print off I'm going to 3D print a little doubloon for every game that Greg has in his Steam library and in the Xbox Game Pass or PlayStation. I think has a similar thing, and I'm going to ship them to him in a little treasure box. And he can just
like a little ball pit.
Yeah, a ball pit. Yeah,
I'll put it right behind me.
Yeah, dude. But honestly, increasingly, I the only reason I use my Xbox half the time is because my PC's not that powerful, and it's like eventually once I get a powerful enough computer, why would I? And now all these games release on PC crossplay, too.
Yep.
So it's like, hey,
there's literally, especially with this new price plan rollout and the feature changes and the tiers, there's less and less of a reason to buy an Xbox. Like, if I can get all of this on either one, and I want to actually have something that can run games at X frame rate or with such and such fidelity or whatever, like if you want to play the new James Bond game that's coming out, I bet that's going to be gorgeous. If you want to play that Indiana Jones game that came out, I heard it was actually pretty fun. It looks gorgeous. You're not going to want to play it on an Xbox One S, Series S, 69 or whatever.
Right.
You're going to want to play it on something that's a little beefier. And the highest tier Xbox that you have right now, Jared, I don't know what that even costs right now on a store shelf.
I think it's 700 something.
Are you
They
freaking
raised
serious?
it.
That's
They
insane,
raised it,
dude.
It was 500 when I got it, and my little brother at the time, he worked at Walmart. He got me his employee discount. I ended up paying like under like $430 or something.
Xbox Series X, 1 terabyte, 1 controller, $600 at Best Buy right now.
Okay, the 2 terabyte version is 700.
Right.
And yeah,
which is crazy. You can buy a solid state drive for a PC that is a terabyte for like $40,
$40,
$50.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that much money. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty messed up. And I'm hip to it though. I know exactly what they're doing. They've been murmuring about this for years. And it's, you know what they're doing? They're pricing their customer base out so that they can sabotage themselves. They're getting ready to get out of the game, out of the console game. They don't want to.
You think so? They're just going to stop building consoles?
I think so. I don't think Xbox has been getting its butt kicked by PlayStation like from the beginning, pretty much. And thankfully, Xbox exists, because if we didn't have Xbox, the market gets cornered completely by PlayStation, and they can just coast and make Jack and Daxter 19, and nobody can say anything. We become this communist video game communism thing, and we all have to go to that sad grocery store and pick up Sly Cooper 30 for our
Sly Cooper.
Yeah. But thankfully, Xbox did what they did. We have Halo, we have Gears of War, we have all these really cool games that have come out because of that competition. But I do know that they've been getting their butts kicked hardware wise for a long time.
Right.
And I think that they just want to switch over which makes sense. It's like the hardware thing. It
Yeah.
makes less and less sense as PCs become more and more specialized. Because back in the day, it was your PC was so that you could type up TPS reports. Your dad could do that, and then on the side you could download what Age of Empires or something.
Age of Empires 2, baby.
Yeah. And 56K modem, whatever. It was all like an afterthought. And now they're so powerful that it just doesn't make any sense unless you're looking for an accessible point, which is becoming less and less possible. It's less and less accessible.
Right.
You can get a gaming PC for $500.
Right. And you know what I almost forgot? They have an Xbox branded ROG Ally X coming out. If it's not out already, I can't remember.
Right.
I'm pretty happy with my Steam Deck. I'm not really interested in getting into handhelds much past that.
Yeah.
I might upgrade the Steam Deck generationally or skip a generation or something, but I'm not going to get that. But they're charging like $1,000 for some of these suckers. You know, some of these handhelds that are really slick, they're literally playing like half a generation behind current Xbox, you know? And it's like, you can pretty much tolerate that, you know, on the go or whatever.
Right.
You could, if you really, really want to, you could dock it to your TV and you can get a controller. There's kind of vanishingly small list of reasons to get Xbox. If I had, I don't know, a new generation of skate game that I could sit on my couch and play and scratch my nuts and not have to be connected to the internet, you know how hard I would melt into this couch over here playing the new skate game on my TV with an Xbox, dude? Oh my gosh, forget about it. But no, can't do that. Ridiculous.
Your mission is to
having said that,
kill
when it
all
fully
the white
launches,
people you
I'm
see.
sure it'll be EA Play.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sure EA Play will be tempting if I was to have an Xbox, but I just don't know.
EA Play does come with
just enough EA games. Yeah,
it comes with.
I
the
hate
setup.
to be.
The
It
Game
does. It does. I hate to be suckling at the teat of Electronic Arts because they are just hilariously bad as a corporation. They're like,
Electronic
here's a great
Arts.
game, isn't it so great? They're like, we're boosting Battlefield 6, baby, check it out, woohoo! And then they're like laying off a bunch of stuff, closing down studios.
Yeah.
There's no Splinter Cell game coming from Ubisoft. They know that they don't have much competition. They're just like, yeah. It's like, dang. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a pleasure, hadn't it? Having all three homies on the pod at one time. I don't know about you, but it's my favorite time of the week when all three of the homies can get on and do the pod show. So if you like it as much as we do, please follow us on Instagram, YouTube at 3 Grass Touchers. Follow the show on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts and Spotify or anywhere else you listen to podcasts. You can find us. Please share the show, like the show, let your homies know that it's the best game in town. You know, if you like touching grass and if you like playing video games, this is the one for you. We appreciate you. And until next time, don't forget, get out there in this beautiful fall weather and touch some grass.